Hey guys, this is OMG Reviewer. Sorry if this video looks weird. Don't worry, I'm not quitting on reviewing or anything like that. I wanted to do something special for at least one holiday before I, skip over it. Because I remember I've never really done a holiday review or holiday anything. So, I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to probably say this at the end of this, but the game that's on screen right now is Catherine. And it's a love story concerning people, but I won't get into that right now. I was going to originally do a skit or a review specifically of this game, but I ran out of time, and I don't have that many people to work with. So I thought, why not give a perspective of Valentine's Day? So I'm just going to be spewing some fun facts. I have a list in front of me, so this is not scripted. I'm not reading anything, although I am reading fun facts. So, sorry if this sounds disjointed or not connected at all, but anywho, let's begin. Now, I'm going to be splitting this off into different groups. I'm hopefully going to put the category lists in the description, so if you don't want to hear about one topic, you can just move your timer thing to a certain thing, but whatever. Here's the first topic. It is fun facts. Now, there are many theories to the original Valentine's Day date. Well, most of the time I actually hear it's a Hallmark kind of thing. It isn't really a real thing, but the internet says otherwise. Most popular theory was that during the Roman Empire when Claudius II didn't want men to marry during war periods. However, there was this bishop named Valentine, who went against his orders and married people under his eyes. And eventually the king found out, and he was jailed and executed on February 14th. Personally, I don't believe that at all, but I'm not gonna disagree with this. Second thing is that the X. Now, the X, when people write it out, they write circle and then X. Circle for hug and X for kisses. Apparently, there's a reason behind that, because the X became synonymous with a kiss, because during the medieval times, there were a couple people that didn't know how to write, especially write their name. So what they did was that they basically wrote an X in front of somebody, and then they kissed it. So that's where the X and the kiss thing comes from. Another weird thing I found was that girls during the medieval times also ate bizarre foods that would allow them to dream of their dream man. Yeah. And then during the Middle Ages, I accidentally wrote middle-aged people, but it's not middle-aged people, it's people during the Middle Ages, picked their valentines from a hat, and during that entire week, they would wear on their sleeves, and that's actually where we get the phrase, wear your heart on your sleeve. And during 1537, England's King Henry VII officially declared February 14th as a holiday for Saint Valentine's Day. Alright, that's over with the fun facts. Now it's time for Valentine's Day itself. Now, I don't actually celebrate Valentine's Day that much. I mean, people around me certainly do, but I don't really do it. Two reasons. One, the obvious to actually a lot of people, I guess. I'm single. Yeah, I've dated before, but I've never had one Valentine's Day pass where I was actually dating someone, so I never got to experience it, so maybe that's why my opinions will be a certain way, but yeah. And two, I feel it's more misdirected, like Valentine's Day itself. because it's aimed at it's aimed at couples and stuff like that. But I think single people can also celebrate it. And it doesn't group those people. It doesn't like say like hey, during Valentine's Day, celebrate your bromance with your bros and your homies. It doesn't group those people, and I feel like that's sort of mean. Because Valentine's Day in the media boasts so much about couples and married people and people in relationships that it forgets that there are single people too. I mean, we're not all single people. Well, single people are not all people that live in their basements and, you know, play World of Warcraft or anything like that. Well, not really World of Warcraft, because there are actually cool people that play World of Warcraft. So yeah, that's my opinions on that. Actually, what I think Valentine's Day should be, and this is gonna be weird. I think, well, it's not gonna be weird, but anyway, I'll get it out there. I think Valentine's Day should be more about love in the sense of your fellow man. I mean, Valentine's Day, people talk about being couples, being married, and but one thing they don't like I love my family, and on Valentine's Day, a day signifying of love, why can't I show them love? Why can't I show my dog love? Why can't I show my friends love? Because I love my friends. So that's a little something with me. That's what I interpret it as. So let's move on. Flowers and chocolates. Yeah, people seem to give a lot of flowers and chocolates, and I'll group the next one in. Love letters. And yeah. All that kind of stuff. They buy it for other people. It's alright. I mean, personally, I wouldn't waste your money. Just show them you love them, and if you can do that without flowers and chocolates and other stuff like that, then really good job, man. If you have to buy like 50 million things before she starts loving you, then I would start packing bags and sending people out. And love letters, it's cute. I think love letters are actually better than flowers and chocolates and stuff like that, because a love letter requires you to actually write things. I mean, I could just buy a girl. I don't know what girls like, but I don't know, like makeup kits, or that's a bad thing. New clothing and hearts galore. But a love letter actually requires you to sit down and write something from the heart. Now, even bad ones I think are better than flowers and chocolates, unless the love letter is like, yo, I love making love to you. Those are bad. But love letters in general, I think, are better than flowers and chocolates. And then days spent together, I think that's cute. I don't know why I wrote that down. And declaring someone a Valentine, yep, yeah. This is usually taken less hardenly, and more so what I think Valentine's Day should be. You see friends calling friends Valentines, and I think that's very, very fun. Now on to the next topic, and this has, and just saying, I'm more so aiming actually towards the whole romance thing itself. I'm not going to make this video go for a long time, but Next topic is dating. Now, what is it? It is when a man loves a man or a woman or I don't know, themselves to a degree that they recognize themselves as boyfriend and girlfriend and boyfriend and boyfriend and girlfriend and girlfriend and girlfriend and hybrid, or whatever you want to call it, or boyfriend and mirror guy. It's a next level thing, and this is something I have a little bit problem with too. Because I feel that nowadays, relationships are more set up in a lustful kind of way, and that's not dirty. I'm not trying to be dirty here, even though I mentioned some stuff I think before that was dirtier than this. I mean so more as physical attractiveness. I mean, I'm gonna get into a topic later on, but like, people tend to fall in love with people that have a physical attractiveness, and I find that weird, because a lot of TV shows and stuff like that, which tends to shift society itself, depict beautiful people as jerks, especially beautiful women. Beautiful women, often on television, stuff like that, are just deceiving and hurtful to people. That I'm like, I honestly don't get it. Why are people following this trend of, hey, look, pretty girl, I wanna love you, so like, one phrase I don't really necessarily agree with is the phrase "love at first sight." Like, that ties into the whole entire thing, because if you have love at first sight, think twice. Actually get to know the person, because if you feel that you have a sense at love at first sight, then you are probably being deceived. Like, I think, oh no, here's the term, succubus. There are succubus in the world that look pretty and go for your ideal image, so you fall in love at first sight, and then they trick you. However, love at first sight can happen, I'm not gonna lie. So, that's just my thing. One thing else I want to add to this topic is sex and making out. Why am I adding this? Because I feel that it does happen in a lot of dating situations when it shouldn't. That's making out and sex. Well, the sex thing shouldn't be happening, because you should wait until, well, sex can happen just later on in a relationship. Give it more than a few months, I would say, because you don't want to, you want to, I can't really explain that one, but making up and stuff like that, go for it. I don't have a problem with it. A lot of adults do, but I don't have a problem with it. Cheating. Why'd I write this one in this topic? But since I did, I might as well talk about it. Now, people say cheating is pathetic, and it's not so much pathetic as in the sense just stupid. And calling a person that's cheating on one girl with another girl isn't pathetic, because he is the person that's manipulating these two other individuals into believing into something else, and that would be, in terms, making them look more pathetic. And I think that's not the case. I think first of all, it's stupid to try to cheat on somebody with another person, because if you're cheating on one person with another person, then why don't you just date that other person? Let the first person go. Because if you have mutual feelings for both of them, just dump both of them. Don't be in a relationship at all. And if you feel love for one person than the other person, dump the first. Well, don't dump them, but give them I don't feel it's working out, and then date the other person. And that actually ties into my next thing, which is breaking up. Now this one's actually a big thing for me, because one of my personal beliefs is that even when you break up with a person, you should still, I guess, be friends and stuff like that. Like, one reason why I'm single is because I don't really approach people in that way, I guess, because people tend to not be friends, and in fact hate other people after they break up, and I don't see why. This is one of the things that confuses me, because if you guys were originally dating, that just proves you once had a reason to like each other. And I'm not saying that if a person breaks up with you because they've been defying you or anything, yeah, hate him. But if you and him it just doesn't work out, don't immediately say you're off my Facebook friend page or something like that. And I think you two should still work together as a friendship, because that's where it all started. Yeah. That's my 2 cents on it. And now to our final topic, marriage. Now, why am I putting in this one? Because I'm not married. I'm not at the level of being married. I'm 18 at the time of talking. So what can I possibly know about marriage? I've done my research. I've seen people married. I've talked to people that are getting married. So, yeah. Actually, one thing in this game that you're seeing on screen, by the way, I didn't reference it at all because I'm not actually watching it. But if it is, then during this game, the first question it asks you, by the way, there are questions in this game you gotta answer, is, what is marriage? Is it the point where life begins or when life ends? And that actually kind of put me in a loop, because I can see both arguments. I mean, life can end if you're crazy and partying all the time. That's when you generally end that, when you get married and stuff like that. You can still go to parties and stuff like that, but you can't go hardcore. You'll end up drunk next to a woman you're not married to, and that's something you don't want to do when you're married. And also, if you live life being wicked flirty, that's where your life ends as well. Now, I disagree with the fact that life ends at marriage, but I also disagree a lot with the fact that life begins at marriage, because that's certainly not the case. I am who I am because of the way I live, and that certainly didn't start at marriage. It started way, way, way before, when I was a little kid. I don't start my life after I'm married. After I'm married. I mean, I don't start becoming social or anything like that after I'm married. I start way before that. So to say life begins at marriage is a misunderstood concept, and when you say life ends, that's also a misunderstood concept, because it's marriage is not either one of them. It's more like a stage of life. Everyone goes through it. Well, some people go through it, and it's like learning how to walk. and learning your first word, or being sad for the first time, it's a learning and teaching experience. When you get married, you don't get married because of the fact that you want, this chick is hot. You get married because you know that once you are in unison, you'll become better people.
You're so kind.
Just from, and I'm sorry I'm jumbling my words here. Hold on, let me just cut right here to get my thoughts together. All right, I'm back. You, as a man, and once you're married, you learn stuff from the person you married. More personal stuff, and more lessons that she learned reflects off of you. And same thing goes for a girl. I mean, just because we're, bleh, I'm not gonna go into that one. Yeah, girls can still learn from the guy she married. They're not gonna stop learning from each other when times get rough, when times get good. Yeah, I'm gonna stop talking about this one because, yeah, I've been rattling on too long, and I've hit the 21-minute mark. I didn't think I would reach this far. Next one is commitment. I think I already struck that one. Divorce. My personal thoughts on that one. Divorce is okay. I mean, everyone can make mistakes. That's probably one bad thing to say about it, but if there was a better way to phrase it, I would phrase it that way. Because when you're dating someone, especially within the first, I would think, first weeks of relationship, you could see things through goggles that makes everything more dramatic. Like, the first time you date someone, if they do something you like, you increase it so much, and if they do something you hate, you instantly put that against them. And the same thing happens with marriage. Like, if you're about to get married with a person and things don't work out, like, you can't live with each other, that's fine. I mean, divorce, just go your separate ways. Be like, I'm sorry, things could work out, and then don't stop talking to the person. Still talk to them, because you can still learn things from them. And by the way, when I say learn things, I don't mean like, wow, now I know how to cook lasagna, or anything like that. I'm more talking about, like, personal development stuff. Same thing applies with friends. And, alright, I'm gonna switch the topic. Alright, you guys, this is just my final thoughts. And, wow, I don't have a lot written here. Because I didn't think I would be rambling on this long. But, going back to Valentine's Day, I think it's an okay holiday. I think it just needs to be adjusted a little bit, and the media needs to stop portraying like Valentine's Day is only for couples, only for dating people, only for married couples, because that's what it isn't. It isn't. It's a holiday. Like, it's a holiday essentially. It's a Christmas without presents. And as bad as that sounds, it's a good thing. Christmas is a time where people join together, forget all the troubles they had, and just express how much they love each other. And during Christmas, the presents are there symbolically. You're showing it. And even without presents, Valentine's Day, you do this whether you think about it or not. Because if you're giving somebody your time, that's giving them a present, pretty much. Without physical form. If you're telling somebody you love them, that's giving them a good thought for the day, which is good for them. Basically, that's it. Pause. To tell you guys the truth, I don't really like romance and stuff like that. I mean, it's good. It's a good thing to have. But things get too complicated. And I like being simple. It doesn't mean that I'm not gonna go date somebody. Especially doesn't mean I'm not gonna marry somebody. It's just something more complicated. And if you feel like you're in a lonely place on Valentine's Day, don't forget your family. Don't forget your friends. They are essentially your Valentines. They are the ones that love you and show love for you by being your friends, by being your family, by being the ones that help you out in a difficult situation. And they're the true Valentines. And if you have somebody you're dating, that's a bonus. They're another Valentine to add onto the list. So that was just my personal thoughts on Valentine's Day. Again, I wanted to try to review this game, Catherine, which, by the way, if you're paying attention at this moment in time, hey, thank you so much. Please leave a like and subscribe. I wanted to review this game for the Valentine's Day special. Unfortunately, I couldn't get it all recorded. Or I want to do a skit, but again, I don't have people for that. So, I hope this Valentine's Day, this Valentine's Day rant, I will call it, or whatever I call it in the do down below. Yeah, I think I'm done here. So I'm gonna end it before this video gets way too long. So see you guys later. Bye.
Now you know. Just leave me alone.